Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. It's going to be my top 10 favourite Generation 2 Pokemon. So after making the top 10 Generation 1 Pokemon last week, I decided to do Generation 2 this week. I'm not going to lie guys, I really enjoyed that video. You know, it was just really refreshing, you know, talking about something a little bit different. You know, I really enjoyed making that video. It was a lot of fun. It was just something, you know, a bit different, you know. So I did say it was going to be easier to choose Generation 2, but it was actually really difficult. I had 18 on my list, so narrowing that down to 10 was really difficult. I'm not going to lie. Not as difficult I would say as Generation 1, but it was still pretty damn tough, to be honest. So Generation 2, I remember watching Generation 2, not as much as Generation 1. I think Generation 1 I remember watching probably almost every single episode. I hardly missed an episode from what I can remember, but Generation 2 it was kind of on and off. You know, I'd probably say I watched maybe slightly less than half the episodes maybe. I want to, you know, give obviously an estimate. But obviously the first game I ever played on the Game Boy Color was Pokemon Crystal. And still to this day I would say that, you know, Pokemon Crystal would be my favourite Pokemon game of all time. Just really enjoyed that game. You know, maybe it's got something to do with it, you know, being the first game I ever played and the one that I would say spent most time in. I obviously loved Pokemon Yellow as well. That was just a breathtaking game as well. But for me, I always if I think of a Game Boy Color Pokemon game, I always think of Pokemon Crystal. That's usually the first one that pops into my head. So yeah, Generation 2 game would be my favourite. So yeah, just like the Generation 1 video I did as well, based on a few different things like, you know, character, you know, design, you know, all that kind of thing. It doesn't matter how strong they are. You know, these are just my, you know, 10 favourites from Generation 2. And I don't have like a top 3 or anything. I did have a top 3 with, you know, the first generation. I've just got a top 10. These are just like in any order. I don't really have like a number one favourite. Probably not. So we'll start off the list with a Pokemon that's always going to be one of my favourites of all time. So this was my first ever starter Pokemon in the game, so it's always going to have a place in my heart. And that is Cyndaquil. So yeah, just like Generation 1, I do think like the starters in Generation 2 are actually really good as well. Obviously I still prefer Generation 1, but obviously I had Cyndaquil, which is kind of like the shy, quiet kind of Pokemon I guess. You had Totodile, which was very energetic. Especially Ash's one, which was jumping up and down and stuff. It was really crazy. Just like a ball of energy basically. And then you had Chikorita, it was kind of like the more bossy, like feisty kind of type. I think Chikorita was more like a female's choice. Kind of get that kind of impression that most females would probably pick Chikorita. And, you know, most males would probably pick, you know, Cyndaquil or Totodile. But in my opinion, all 3 starters were really good. I played through the games as, you know, all 3 starters basically. Because I like played through the game like so many times, so I played through it as, you know, all 3 starters basically. You know, multiple times. But yeah, Cyndaquil was always my favourite. Cyndaquil for me is the only like starter in this generation that has basically 3 good stages. I wasn't really a big fan of Chikorita and like Totodile's like, you know, evolutions. But Cyndaquil's evolutions were fine. You know, I did like Quilava, I did like, you know, Typhlosion, or Typhlosion, however you say it. I did like those types as well, you know, those evolutions as well, but Cyndaquil was my favourite. Cyndaquil was just awesome as he is. I don't really know what you want to call it, like a mouse, or a fire mouse maybe, or a mole. It's either a mouse or a mole, I would say, but whatever it is, it's really cute. I like Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil's definitely got a cuteness to it. It's a determined Pokemon from what I can remember from the anime. It was a Pokemon that took quite a beating, you know, it was always getting beaten up. You had, if I remember correctly, you had Totodile and Chikorita and they're always fighting. And, you know, they were always bombing fighting from what I can remember, but for some reason Cyndaquil was like always the one getting hurt. So I always had like, you know, I always felt sorry for Cyndaquil. It was getting hurt all the time. And I think like even in the battles it took quite a beating, but it was always determined to fight on. It definitely had like a, you know, determination about it. It's kind of like Bulbasaur, like a shy version of Bulbasaur. So it was kind of like a mix between Charmander and Bulbasaur, because Charmander kind of came across as kind of like shy, quiet type. And so yeah, combine Charmander with Bulbasaur and you've got Cyndaquil, maybe. That's kind of like the impression I get. But yeah, Cyndaquil, awesome. But yeah, I like the evolutions as well, but for me, Cyndaquil on its own is the best, in my opinion, from Generation 2. So yeah, Cyndaquil definitely made the list. So yeah, while we're talking about starters, guys, let's not sugarcoat this anymore. The next one on the list is Totodile. So yeah, like I said before, Totodile kind of came across as like the very, very energetic Pokemon. At least, Ash's one. I can't remember any other Totodiles, but Ash's one was always, jumping up and down, sounding like Donald Duck. Definitely sounding like Donald Duck. But Totodile's cool. I really like Totodile. I didn't like Totodile's like evolutions. Croconaw was kind of like a fatter version of Totodile, but with like a swimsuit on or something. Real strange. I didn't really like Croconaw. And Feraligator's alright, I guess. But yeah, definitely leave him as a Totodile. Totodile's fine. Definitely one of my favourite, water Pokemon. I noticed in my Generation 1 list, I don't think I had a single water Pokemon on there. So yeah, maybe water Pokemon just not really my thing. I don't like water Pokemon or fighting Pokemon, But yeah, Totodile's awesome. Really like Totodile, so yep, Totodile definitely making the list. Next one on the list is Lugia. Just look at that woman design. That is a great design. It's like some kind of flying dragon, I guess. Yeah, Lugia is just an absolutely, fantastically designed Pokemon in my opinion. It just looks so blooming awesome. I wasn't really a big fan of like the second Pokemon movie. I just thought it was a little bit, dull. I definitely preferred the first and the third one from what I can remember. But yeah, Lugia is really cool. I'll say that. I think it could talk in the movie. I guess it's psychic. I'm guessing it's using like, its psychic powers to communicate or something. But so that's really all I could say about Lugia. I don't think it was in the anime. I think it was just in the movie. Obviously, it was on the main cover of Pokemon Silver, which I thought was a good game as well. Nowhere near as good as Crystal, in my opinion. Crystal will always be my favourite, Generation 2 Pokemon game. And I think it was in like Soul Silver as well, later on down the line. But yeah, Lugia, just for design alone, so blooming cool. So yeah, Lugia definitely made the list. The next one to make the list is Spinarak. Yeah, Spinarak. I have arachnophobia, but for some reason I really like Spinarak. Spinarak's actually kind of cute. Yeah, I've said it, guys. A spider is cute. Never ever thought I would say that. But yeah, something about Spinarak. I really like Spinarak. Spinarak's just really cool. And the fact there's actually a spider out there, even if it's not real, there's a spider out there that I'm not afraid of. So that's got to be worth something, right? I mean, it's only got 6 legs, so maybe it's not like considered a spider. I mean, it's definitely based on a spider. It's got a funny face on its body as well. Yeah, Spinarak, I don't know, something about Spinarak I've always really liked. I like to use, evolve form, Ariados or Ariados. Again, really cool as well, but for me I just like Spinarak the way it is. It's cute, it's a spider that I'm not afraid of. I would say Ariados is more scarier than Spinarak, so yeah, I've put Spinarak on the list. Spinarak's alright. So yeah, what else can I say, guys, about Spinarak? It shoots webs all over the place, it swings around on trees. It's basically a spider, But yeah, Spinarak. I've always really liked Spinarak, and that is why Spinarak has made the list. Next one on the list is Noctowl. So this is like the equivalent to, Pidgey. You had a Hoot Hoot and a Noctowl. Hoot Hoot, I've never been a big fan of Hoot Hoot. It sounded like a woman cuckoo clock. So I never really liked that. But Noctowl was really cool. I really liked the design. It's just basically just like a brown owl. I remember seeing an episode where Ash caught one of these. It was actually quite weird. It was acting like a robot or something. It was doing all the, it was weird. It was kind of like a robot. It was malfunctioning or something. I remember that episode quite well, actually. It was quite a decent episode. But yeah, Noctowl, what can I say? It's really cool. It's no Pidgey or Pidgeot or Pidgeotto, but it's still a cool bird. It's in my top 10 in Generation 2. So yeah, on the list, guys, is Noctowl. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like cute. I mean, it's not like Pidgey or something, because Pidgey's quite cute. But yeah, it's not cute, but it's it's a good design, and it's it's a bit of a badass, I would say. Definitely a good Pokemon to have. And yeah, it's why it's made my top 10 list. The next one on the list is my favourite of the legendary dogs, and it is Suicune, if I'm saying that correctly. What a beautiful design. What a great design. I love the colour scheme on it. It's so blooming cool. I'm not sure, is it water or ice? Could be an ice type, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's just a great design, really, really good. I don't remember seeing it in the anime, but obviously I had it in the game. It was obviously really, really powerful. And this was obviously, the cover star of, Pokemon Crystal. So, yeah, just a really, really good design. Remember, just being really, really strong. Taking many, many like Pokeballs to catch, but yeah, I finally caught it, and it was just one of those great moments. And yeah, I've liked Suicune ever since. I'm not really a big fan of Raikou or Entei. I don't really remember seeing Raikou at all. He's alright designed, I guess, but spoiler alert, he's not on this list. And Entei, I didn't like Entei in Woman, the third movie, because he was like the main villain. So I didn't really like him then, so I guess just bad memories, I guess. But yeah, what can I say? Suicune's awesome. Really like Suicune, and Suicune easily made the list. The next one on the list is Teddiursa. Yep, I think this one's probably more towards the female audience as well, but I don't know, I really like Teddiursa. Teddiursa is really, really cool. Definitely like from what I can remember in anime, it was kind of a mischievous kind of Pokemon. And its looks were definitely like very, deceiving. Because I believe this thing could do like a Mega Punch. It could knock something flying with a blooming Mega Punch. Yeah, this little blooming Teddy thing. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, Teddiursa is just really, really cool. I don't really like Ursaring. His evolution's just like a giant bear. It doesn't even look like, it's not really like a teddy anymore, it's just like a bear. I don't really like it too much, to be honest. But yeah, Teddiursa is really, really cool. It's definitely got a cuteness to it as well. See, I don't remember much about it in the anime, but I'm sure it did a Mega Punch. Sure it did. And I went, arr, because that's just its cry. But yeah, anyway guys, yeah, Teddiursa made the list because, like I say, it's really, really cool. Next one on the list I would say is probably my favourite evolution of Eevee, and that is Umbreon. Yeah, what can I say, Umbreon just really, really cool. I believe it's a dark type, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I love how it's, it's like yellowish kind of bits. They basically glow in the dark from what I can remember. It can like, light up a darkened room basically. So yeah, it's a really, really cool design. I really like this design. I think Gary had one of these in, the second generation. I believe he had like an Eevee at the beginning and then he evolved it into an Umbreon, I think. But yeah, what can I say, Umbreon's just really, really awesome. I mean, no Eevee evolution made my Generation 1 list, but I'd probably say Jolteon's probably my favourite by design, from the first generation. But yeah, overall I do think Umbreon's probably my favourite. I think Espeon's alright as well. And obviously Eevee on its own is really, really cool, but yeah, I think Umbreon's my favourite of the Eevee evolutions. So yeah, Umbreon's made the list. Okay, so next Pokemon on the list is Marill. How can you not love Marill? Marill is absolutely fantastic. One thing I didn't like in, Season 2 was when they replaced Brock with Tracy. I believe Brock got left behind with Professor Ivy or something, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he got left behind. So yeah, most of Season 2 had Tracy, which I didn't really like. I thought Tracy was just like a really bland, not really that interesting a character. Definitely no replacement for Brock, because Brock was, awesome. But one thing I did like about Tracy is he had Marill. Introduced to Marill. Marill's blooming awesome. I might be slightly biased towards it because it's really, really cute, but I don't know, as a Pokemon, Marill's just really blooming awesome. It's got really sensitive ears, so it can like hear like Pokemon from like miles away. Its ears start to like wiggle and stuff. It's just really, really cute. What can I say? Marill's awesome. I believe it can float basically in water using the ball in its tail, so that could be useful. But yeah, Marill is just Marill. What else can I say? Marill's just awesome. Yeah, I don't really like his evolved form, Azumarill. But yeah, Marill on its own, in my opinion, just a really, really cool Pokemon. It's another, mouse, I guess. It's an Aqua Mouse. You've had I seem to like mice, or mouse Pokemon. Like a Thunder Mouse and Pikachu, I like a Fire Mouse and Cyndaquil. And now I've got a Water Mouse and Marill. Oh, and now there's a Grass Mouse, I guess. Is there a Grass Mouse Pokemon? I have no idea. But yeah, Marill, what can I say? Marill's awesome, it's cute, it's made the list. And the last Pokemon to make the list is a very, very cool Pokemon. Definitely one of my favourites, I would say. It's probably like could be like my fave 5 for Generation 2, and that is Houndoom. What a cool looking dog this is, really blooming awesome. So yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of Growlithe and Arcanine in, you know, Season 1, or Generation 1 I should say. I mean, they were alright, but they were nowhere near my top 10. But then in Generation 2 you got Houndour and, you know, Houndoom. In my opinion, two really cool looking dog types. But I just prefer Houndoom, you know, slightly more to Houndour. I mean, just look at it, it's like a blooming hellhound. It's a dog with, you know, horns and stuff. You know, it looks bloody badass. And it's like something like a blooming Doom or something. You know, a hellhound. It's really blooming cool. And I remember this episode in anime quite well as well, the one where Togepi got lost and basically ran into, you know, Houndoom. And you'd think, you know, oh god, Togepi's done for. But no, I think it took it back to Misty. I think it was delivering a package or something to somebody. And I think it took the package to, you know, the place where it was going, and I think after that it took it back to Misty. So I guess you could say Houndoom's kind of got like a sensitive side, I guess. I mean, you look at it, you think it's going to be like really like vicious and stuff, but at least in that episode, that particular Houndoom was real caring, you know, it was friendly, it had like say, a caring side to it. I think this was also considered a dark type. I think it knew like fire moves, like flamethrower and stuff, at least in the games anyway. Yeah, what a cool looking Pokemon, what can I say, it's easily made the list. So anyway guys, that is it for my top 10 Pokemon from Generation 2. So yeah, no particular order. If I had to pick favourites, obviously Cyndaquil would be, you know, right up there. Houndoom would be right up there. And so would Lugia, I would say. They're probably my 3 favourites, probably. But all the Pokemon on this list are really blooming awesome. And I did have a few, like, honourable mentions, I guess you could say. Like, I had honourable mentions for, like, the Generation 1, but I totally forgot to read them out at the end. But I had, like, Skarmory, I had Mantine, I had Magcargo. It's basically the fire snail thing. I had Heracross, Scizor, Quagsire, Bellossom and Togepi. Now I would have put Togepi on the list. I don't know who I would have replaced. Maybe Spinarak maybe, but the thing about Togepi, I don't really like Togepi as a Pokemon. I see Togepi more like a character, you know. Yeah, I don't like it as a fighter because it doesn't really fight from what I can remember. It just kind of like swings its arms around and stuff. But yeah, I like Togepi. Togepi's awesome. But yeah, not as a Pokemon. It's different to like Pikachu because obviously I like Pikachu as a Pokemon. But yeah, for me Togepi is more like a character than a Pokemon. So that's really why I didn't put it on the list. So yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Again guys, I've really enjoyed, you know, making this. I might do Generation 3, but I didn't watch any of the anime, so I might have to like try and like, you know, Google some stuff. But yeah, but basing it mostly on design alone for Generation 3. Who knows, I might do this for every single generation of Pokemon, even though I know like nothing about, you know, the current gen. I think we're on what, 7 or 8 generations of Pokemon, which is just blooming crazy. And I kind of dread to think what some of the designs will look like, but who knows, I might do that and, you know, base my opinions on design alone. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching guys, really appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next video. So definitely leave in the comments below as well, what are some of your favourites from Generation 2? Have you got a top 10 list? You know, definitely leave in the comments below. So anyway guys, yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, catch you all later.